the hell? This is fucked up.
What?
I didn't even realize I can unmute and mute people.
Yeah.
I can. What?
You didn't know that?
Yeah, no, I didn't know I could mute you. Right? Boom, muted. You completely gone. That's it. It's over. Nope. Muted again. No.
Boom.
This shit funny. I didn't know you could. I just feel like that's fucked up.
Yeah. I think you can do that in Zoom. I think it's because we're hosts. So it's like we're both hosts, so we can both kind of like mute each other.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I don't think Mark is
What y'all talking about?
Oh, we're talking about that.
Oh, yeah, I can unmute myself.
You were saying it was fine. All I was getting from you was distance and anger.
Y'all to share that shit on Twitter. I need somebody to have some Twitter fingers.
I shared it.
On the Twitter?
Yeah, I shared it on Twitter. Go check it out.
You lying. I didn't get no notification.
Really? You didn't?
Nah, you're lying, bro. You haven't posted yet. And what up, everybody? Welcome back to the fucking fourth podcast.
Hell yeah.
Right now, we got LMAO Mack in the building. We got Doublepulse. We got a couple people that ain't here right now, but this is okay. We got Zodiak. He doing his thing. He's trying to get some money. Shout out Zodiak. Zodiak reviews.
Hell yeah.
Instagram, Twitter, all that shit. Follow him on Twitter at OffBJ. Fade Ultra will be back in later. We got some stuff coming for y'all. We got music, so follow him too. Fade Ultra, Fade Vision, all that other shit. LMAO Mack 27, Facebook Gaming, me, Facebook Gaming, everything like that. You guys already know who the fuck we are. So this is the fourth podcast. At least you should by now. If y'all don't really know by now, we just talk about whatever the hell we want. We talk about gaming news, and it's kind of fun. And then we also have a Friday podcast. That's always fun as well. Right now, I'm sharing on my Facebook. So, whose topic? We want to jump into one of your topics first. I kind of like one of your topics.
Which one, mine?
Yeah, I like one of them. I want you to read it because it's your topic.
Yeah.
But I'm going to share the screen. It sounds really funny. That's why.
Right.
All right. Ready for this? I don't understand this.
I don't either. Okay, like basically what it is, it starts off, I guess if there's one thing worse than a zombie, it is a racist zombie. And Back 4 Blood, the zombie slaying shooter, mistakenly has them. So according to a statement given to Kotaku by publisher Warner Brother Games, there is a questionable language that players might hear from the game's undead, and how it's all a mistake and it's not an incentive to push them into the ground even faster. I guess a player had seemingly encountered this racist zombie during the Back 4 Blood closed beta with a Twitter user by the name of, who is this Twitter? HomBK or something. Basically, what it is there is a clip that's below. Apparently, you can hear a zombie basically yelling a version of the N-word. And they said that Warner Brothers had to come out, defend themselves, and be like, yo, that was not intended. And I mean, I just think it's stupid because it's like people are stretching now for something to.
I think they got the video on it too.
Yeah, play the video.
I know I'm going to right now. Okay,
Let's go.
I think it's kind of hard to hear. I tried watching it before, but it didn't work.
Wow. Oh, wow. He said these zombies a different breed.
What did you call me? Right?
Oh hell yeah, they wilding out for sure. That is a different breed right there.
But I mean, like the fact that Warner Brothers had to come out and like actually claim that was not what it is. It's like people are kind of like, it's like stretched out. So apparently, I guess there are just different growls that play simultaneously, and that people do. Oh my god, really? They're gonna. Warner Brothers has promised it will be removed either in time for the beta or when the game launches, and it is set to the beta is set on August 12th to run until the 16th, and the game will launch on the October 12th. Bro, but I mean, what do you guys think about it? You guys think this is the most stupidest fucking thing ever?
Yeah, I mean, okay.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny as fuck.
But like, it's
right. I was gonna say, let me point that out. That I think it's funny because I don't think there was any intent, like malicious intention.
Right.
But I can see how they do have to address it. But I don't think that they need to really like. I don't think GameSpot needs to report that.
Right.
That's a little weird. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I don't feel like it should be reported. I just think that it should be fixed.
Right.
Because, like I said, nobody at Warner Brothers is putting out a game that's intentionally being racist as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even how, I don't know. Like, I feel like they're reaching, but I think it's funny.
Yeah, that's exactly why. I just think I think it's just reaching to talk about something. And the fact that, like, GameSpot had to make this an article, that alone is pretty fucking funny as well.
I would agree. I don't know. That's why I wanted to jump into that topic first because I found it kind of just funny. The first thing you see when you open the page is
that's just hilarious, dog.
They're really reaching.
What's even fucking funnier is this. I mean, this isn't the first time this actually had happened. I guess Microsoft had done something similar where they had sent out an email that had like a subject line that basically was like the sound of what a zombie would make, and they got heat for it. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it seems extra, bro.
Yeah,
like awesome shit.
But
Mac,
that's pretty much what it is. I mean, there's really nothing else except people stretching things out for news.
Are you gonna boycott this game right now until they fix it until October 12th?
Hell no, I'll be fucking calling him a nigga right back while I'm shooting at him. The fuck? I say, nigga, what?
He said that's exactly why I dusted your ass.
I said, y'all picked the wrong one. Hold on.
That's crazy.
Be like, keep that same energy.
Reaper Hulk says, "How is our night going?"
That's going well. I'm doing okay. It was running late. I do apologize for that, but I did go work out and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? If you guys want to subscribe to our Patreon, for a workout and get
looking ass.
Just play it.
It
was cool though. I was working out. Nah, dude, hell no. What are we selling? Like, we're not selling shit.
We're not selling shit right now.
But nah, we're doing good. What was it? What about you? What about you, Doublepulse? You chilling?
Yeah, got paid $100.
Shit.
Just to test game controls on something. That's it.
How about you, Mac? Travis wants to know.
Chilling like a villain, man. Chilling like a villain. Always.
You gonna want us to get on that Hunter's Arena, by the way.
I will when I re-download it.
You already deleted that shit?
Yeah, bro, that shit was taking up space.
Don't you got like 2 terabytes or 3 terabytes?
I don't care. I like my space.
All right.
Shoot.
I feel you. But here, and then let's go into one more. I want to see this other one, right? Because this one looks cool, and I'm kind of intrigued by it.
First person shooter. What's that? Nerf?
Yes. I'm kind of
Nerf
interested in
Legends.
this.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hold up. Play that video.
Nerf Legends.
Play that
Okay,
video.
hold on. Let him read this real quick.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna full screen the layout. So basically, a first-person shooter, Nerf Legends, launches this October. I guess Game Mill Entertainment and Hasbro have revealed that a first-person shooter that's based on the famous Nerf gun toy is coming to the consoles this fall. It is a sci-fi shooter that includes single-player and multiplayer modes. You'll be facing off against evil robots in a campaign, while the PvP multiplayer supports up to 8 players between a free-for-all or 4v4 matches. Crossplay is also enabled between all supported platforms. There's plenty of different weapons to equip. 15 authentic Nerf blasters have been implemented in the game. A toy line like the Mega Ultra Elites includes the Judge Elite Shockwave. Mega.
This shit sounds tight.
Right? Mega Citrion.
If you don't know your Nerf guns, you better read up now.
Additionally, both players and blasters are customizable. Different type of power-ups are present to add variety to the gameplay, such as shots from guns can be augmented with magnetic pull darts, push darts, seeker darts, and slow darts. As you can tell by the use of darts rather than the bullets, Nerf Legend is billed as a family-friendly alternative to other visceral multiplayer shooters such as Battlefield or Call of Duty.
All right. Let's just play this. Now I'm excited.
Yes.
Oh, it's a mid video?
I've always...
Oh, hell no. Hold up. Oh, hell no. This shit. No, GameSpot fucking up.
What's happening?
GameSpot fucking up.
GameSpot
I'm
fucking
trying
up.
to run this off.
I was about to say, look that shit up on YouTube, dog.
I was going. There we go. I just put on 720. It's cool. 1080 is not that big of a deal.
Show me what you
Hell no.
Bro, this is crazy.
Oh shit.
It's time we get to know each other.
I'm a savage. If I want it, I'ma take it. I'ma have it. When I get to have it, victory, I grab it. 'Cause I'm a savage. If I want it, I'ma take it. I'ma have it.
This is like some Overwatch shit.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's for all platforms.
I like that.
So
Oh, you know
Yeah,
what every
that's,
kid gonna want towards the holidays, boy.
it's weird because like I've always wanted to see what a Nerf video game would be like, and I guess now is going to be that chance to see if it actually lives up to what it's showing us. But I mean, what do you think of the gameplay? Like, what do you guys think of it?
I think
I'd have to see more of it, but it does look interesting.
Yeah, I give it like an Eper and Roper, like 1.5 thumbs up or 1 thumbs up.
Yeah, it kind of gives me a bit of like an Overwatch Fortnite vibe to it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm a fan of Fortnite, but I'm not a huge fan of Overwatch. I mean, Overwatch is okay, but like, it is definitely interesting to say the least.
Nah, we about to remove him from the stream. He said he don't like Overwatch.
What? You guys like Overwatch? I mean, last time I played Overwatch was freaking.
What's wrong with you? You ever played Paladins?
Paladins is good. I love Paladins.
So how you not like Overwatch if you like Paladins? What kind of shit is that?
I'm fucking with you.
I mean, Paladins is a different breed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean they're pretty much very similar. I just haven't played Overwatch in a long ass time.
I think it has better characters than Overwatch, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, more like unique characters. So
I don't know. I like it. I'm gonna step up with it, to be honest. I need to see more play, but by that time, I think it'll be cool anyway.
Right.
I think the biggest thing with games like this is literally the optimization.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like it's all about performance. It's not about how kid-like it is or how dumb it sounds. I think it genuinely just has to do with straight performance.
like Knockout City.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. I agree. That game is very solid. There's I would
Exactly.
say that game has it on lock, at least performance wise.
I'm telling you.
And it's an EA game, right?
Is
Knockout City?
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is
is.
because it is because it was at the it was on the
Okay.
EA Play.
yeah, the EA Play showcase that they had along with Xbox.
Okay.
We're definitely
But
need.
yeah.
Speaking of that, we're definitely gonna need to watch the Gamescom live when that happens
Oh yeah, for sure.
on the 24th.
Oh yeah, we'll handle that. All right. This is gonna be my segment, right?
Sounds good. Ooh. Yeah, I saw the thumbnail
which is an
for this. I just
upgraded
haven't
version
Yeah.
of World
watched
War
it
Z
yet.
that includes the entire Game of the Year edition, as well as 3 new locations: Rome, Vatican City, and the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia. If you're not aware, the base game is along the lines of Left 4 Dead, but it's set in the universe that was established in the World War Z movie. It also focuses on big, wide open environments and the types of encounters that you might have there, which is a little bit different from what you see in Left 4 Dead, and ultimately a pretty good game. I wouldn't necessarily call it the best, but getting the best version of it, the Game of the Year version with all of the extra content there, with more content on top of that. Honestly, part of my complaint with the original game was that it maybe wasn't long enough. This version, you definitely get enough to do for the money. World War Z Aftermath is available for pre-order. They do not have a release date for it just yet, but it will be coming out this year. And number 9 is Alien Fireteam Elite, which
that one to me just looks cool for the aesthetic.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like they might be doing a lot with zombie games right now, to be honest.
Yeah,
Have you played the original?
No.
I played
No.
the original. It's pretty fun.
Okay. So you know how Battle Royales came out on the scene and then they kind of got played out?
Yep.
I don't want them to do the same thing to zombie games because that's kind of what they're doing now.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that because they've done that and then they gave it a break and now it seems like they're doing it again.
Right. Well, I mean, look at Dead Island, right? Like Dead
Right.
Island was a great zombie game moving forward, and then we had stuff like Dead Space. We had so many things that kind of incorporated the zombie-esque type of
Yeah.
stuff, you know. And now I feel like they stopped. It was a hard stop, right?
Yeah.
And now they're bringing it back, and I don't want them to do that stop and start again because I'd rather them just put out a new zombie game every like 2 years or so, just for some
Right.
anticipation. I don't want like 10 or 15 zombie games. Like they have Dying Light coming out too.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's so many zombie games coming out right now that I also feel like could really flood the market and really make a zombie game not stand out even when it should.
Exactly.
What are your thoughts, Mack?
Man, you know how I feel about zombie games, bro. I gotta play it just to get a feel for it, but you already know. Zombie games for me, it's it's like a hit or miss thing with me. You know what I'm saying? Either I'm gonna like it or I'm not gonna like it. I mean, they've had way too many. I think that they reach a little bit when they come out with too many of them at once, and it's just like, and it just makes me like meh. Like I don't even want to like really give it a chance. Like I don't feel like playing the same thing over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just make like fucking Left 4 Dead was great, Dead Island was great, but World War Z, I didn't care for it. I didn't even give it a chance. Like I didn't care for it at all. You know what I'm saying? Back 4 Blood looked tight, but it's all in like what you can do in the game, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as zombie games go, it's kind of just like played out for me. So yeah, I mean, if I get on with the homies, it's a no. You know what I'm saying? Too, we can run that. But as far as playing it by myself, I don't think I really enjoyed a zombie game like that by myself. Aside from like Dead Island and even just a little bit of Left 4 Dead, honestly.
Yeah, I like zombie games that are objective play.
Yeah.
I also don't care for. Okay, like Dying Light is open world, but what I mean by that is there is still a moral objective where you go forward in the game.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of like maybe like a open battle royale game where you just kind of keep fighting with zombies and shit like either. So like I'm not saying that that's what the game is, but I'm saying like that idea, like don't play it out. You know, like don't reach. Like I agree with you, you know?
Yeah.
All right, here's number 9. This is another co-op game.
Functions as a standalone sequel to the Alien trilogy of movies.
This one
Since
I saw this.
the original
You
film.
did?
Rad Brad put a video up.
From both Left 4 Dead and Gears of War. It's a very different type of game than Alien Isolation, but it does look like it has managed to use the same aesthetic sensibilities to capture what the film looked like. Essentially, you are
I know I'd be tripping.
You're responding to a distress call. It's not the most original or intriguing story that you're ever going to hear, but everything we've seen about this makes it look like it's actually going to be a good game. To be frank, these types of level-based co-op shooters, whether they're leaning closer to Left 4 Dead or Gears of War, the story isn't the most important thing, and the fact that they've set it in the alien world gives the possibility for a lot of good world building. But if they nail the gameplay, it's a great universe to set one of these games in. Aliens Fireteam Elite comes to the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and Microsoft Windows on August 24th. At number 8 is...
Okay, let me just really quickly touch on this, right? He said the story doesn't matter, and I'm gonna 100% disagree with that.
Yeah.
He said straight up, he said, and you know, in these kind of games, the story doesn't matter that much. It does. That's the fucking
it
point.
matters a lot.
Like these games, people, because yes, you'll get people to buy it and you'll have great opening week numbers, but the longevity purpose, you have to have story. There has to be substance.
And that's why there's so many games that flop, because they get lazy. They focus on the gameplay, the guns, and all that stuff instead of the story, which everybody is really, majority of people really care about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you put things into perspective, the story is what's going to make that game different. Otherwise, every other game might as well be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you could take it from like Halo, bro. Phenomenal story. I could replay that all day. You know what I'm saying? Gears of War, phenomenal story. You could replay that. You know what I'm saying? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You can replay that. You know what I'm saying? You can replay that. You know, that's a story you can replay. It's like they just got lazy over the years when it comes to story modes on games. And it's like, for what? That just you have a good story that makes people excited enough to play your multiplayer. And if you got a little spoilers like to your next game or something that you're working on in the multiplayer, that's even better.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, they just got lazy.
That's a great analyzation. It's like
no, I'm just saying. Shoot, when you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, shoot, I think before I started playing like first person shooters and stuff like that, I was a hardcore story based game player. You know, that's the majority what I cared about, because I was just playing by myself until I actually started playing online and making more friends and all that stuff. You know, and it's just, you know, that the story mode counts. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
the
the
game.
same way.
You know,
I think it's better to even say the story matters more than the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very tired of having games say, and we focus solely, like X Defiant, we reviewed that, right? And what was their biggest thing? Like, I don't know why. Like every Call of Duty now, they say, and we wanted to focus on the guns. Why?
Yeah, it's because they focused on these pro players and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, if you focus on your pro players, make a multiplayer only game.
Right.
Don't include a storyline. You know what I'm saying? Make a multiplayer focused game. If you all you're gonna listen to is nothing but freaking these top streamers, these tournament players, and all these people that make the game so unfun for other freaking people, because all they do is complain. Like you're already one of the best, and you're still complaining. So, like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Make a multiplayer only for them, and tell them to fuck off, and then make a story mode or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, they're not listening to everybody. They're focused on one group of people when they make their multiplayer games, and it's ridiculous. And that's why so many of them flop, or they got to do this and that to get their player base back. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. They gave up on Battlefront 2. Look what happened. They came out with Squadrons. That shit died right off the bat because they already got a mode like that in Battlefront 2. So what they do? They went back and dropped a tweet talking about they're going to start working on Battlefront 2 again. You know what I'm saying? Coming out with updates for it and stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, come on now. Like, y'all listening to the wrong people. Listen to the whole community. Stop listening to just one section of it.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
Damn, tell them how you really feel.
I'm just saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Good storylines are like the hardest hell to find nowadays in games, bro. You know what I'm saying? And half the time they're either short as hell, or you could tell the work has been lazy as hell on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, like Titanfall 2. Look how underrated that game was, bro. And then they dropped Apex Legends. Half the people don't even know what the fuck the Titanfall universe is.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I play Apex. I don't know as much as Titan. It's true. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm literally advocating for that. I don't know a lot about the Titanfall 2 universe until I ask you.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Titanfall 2 was such a slept on game, bro. The multiplayer was good. The storyline even better, which is how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, instead of improving on that game and just adding Apex Legends as an alternative mode to the game, an update, whatever the hell they wanted to do, they just came out with Apex Legends separately and just don't nobody know shit about that universe at all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking Valkyrie came out. Didn't nobody know who her dad was? You know what I'm saying? You fight her dad in the storyline on Titanfall 2. You know what I'm saying? A part of the group that he's a part of, the Apex Predators. Don't nobody know who Blisk really is unless you play Titanfall 2. You know, and it's like, and everybody ties into that universe, and don't nobody even know where half of that stuff is. And it's like, for what? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all got lazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of promoting this game and doing right by this game, y'all just left it alone and said, okay, we're going to drop a Battle Royale since Call of Duty started doing it. You know what I'm saying? There's Realm Royale, there's Fortnite. You know, we're just going to copy them and come out with a Battle Royale too.
Yeah. Speaking on Reaper Holt, he said, did you hear that people that are switching from Warzone to Apex now want to add a gulag to Apex? Yes, I heard that, and get the fuck go back to fucking Call of Duty.
That's not gonna happen.
Right.
That's not gonna happen. Respawn's not gonna do that. And
bro,
if they do, then
they're trash.
Yeah, they're dumb as hell, and that's gonna ruin the fucking game. Okay,
if you don't like the game, then get the fuck off of the game.
That just shows, honestly, to me, that's just saying you're a trash player, bro. You know what I'm saying? You have a second chance in Apex if you have good teammates and they revive you. Right. You know what I'm saying? What do you need a gulag for?
Right.
You know, the whole purpose of the gulag is just to give you a second chance.
Give you a chance to save yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, what after the gulag? What happens? You die, and then your teammate have to respond you. You can't go to the gulag,
or you just fucking quit, or you just rage quit.
You can't go to the gulag twice. Why would you want a gulag when your teammate can constantly revive you throughout the whole match? As long as they're
we have mobile respawns in Apex.
Exactly. Yeah. I said stop.
It's better
stop
than a gulag. Like I think
exactly.
I think even like Fortnite has it where you pick up the reboot cards and you just
because they got the buses now. But you know what I'm saying? Where'd Fortnite get that idea from?
Right.
Apex. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just piggybacking off of each other, and it's like be real about it, bro. Come up with your own ideas, bro. We don't need a gulag. You can be rezzed as I don't know how many times at Apex, as long as there's a res beacon in the vicinity that's still active, you can be rezzed. Why have a gulag that you can only res yourself one time, and then you have to rely on your team to revive you after if you die again?
Let me add though. I do feel like Apex should add something to joining in automatically to another game. I don't think you should have to go all the way to the
that
menu.
most definitely.
I think because Fortnite does that, right? In Fortnite, as soon as you die and you're out of the game, right, you can just click ready up on the kill cam and just get loaded into another server.
Yeah.
I think Apex is missing out on that when they kick you all the way to the main menu and then you have to ready up. That's a lot of wasted time to dead you off of that server when it's the same equal time to do that. But if they start doing a gulag, they're just pandering.
Yeah, that's trash. That's trash.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a reason why people play Apex, and there's a reason why people play Call of Duty or Fortnite.
Right.
It's because they have their own individual thing that makes them great. If you start stealing ideas from the other person, too many of them, then it just goes back to what I said about everything just being the fucking same. You know? At least when you play, Apex or Fortnite, there's something about those games that will give an original quality to it. Like Fortnite's got building, what does Apex have?
Right. And that's the thing. Apex is literally straight firefights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like there is no there's rotations, but that's a firefight. Yet you have abilities, but that's still incorporated in the firefight. Yeah. Like there is ultimately nothing in Apex that isn't just straight violent besides you landing in not a hot zone. Like it's 100% jam packed, right? Like Call of Duty, like you know how fucking big that map is. You can literally drive a fucking vehicle and not find somebody for like 3 minutes.
Shoot, hell, that's sometimes the majority of the match. Sometimes
that's what I'm saying, and that's why I don't play Warzone, and I don't really care for it to be honest. But that's what I'm saying. Like I also stick to what I like. I like Apex. I like the gameplay, and I stick to that. I don't need Apex to fucking commandeer or vice versa the same bullshit because then I'm not playing the fucking game. I'm not playing a different game. I'm playing the same fucking game, just different fucking bullets.
Exactly.
Like, that makes no sense.
I think the thing about Call of Duty is I think Warzone kind of is trying to go for that PUBG crowd because, big map, realistic gunfights, that kind of thing. But
bro, PUBG is so trash to me.
Yeah, PUBG is horrible. I don't know why people. I think I got it. I think I bought it some years back, bro. Hopped on it, I think twice, bro. And I was like, nah, this ain't it. I said, this game trash as hell. I don't know how y'all play this shit. Like, nah, I was like, I'm cool. PUBG is not, no. And it's just like with the whole Warzone thing, it's like that map, bro. Like they reached so far with that map. You know what I'm saying? Like that map is too big to have the amount of players that they got running around there. You know what I'm saying? Like they needed, like, if they wanted that, for that to be a little bit more hectic, because I mean, some people like hectic. You know what I'm saying? I say they need to increase the cap of their squads or players. You know what I'm saying? That enter a match on that thing, like
right.
Because it's like majority of the time, bro, you could drive a vehicle across probably, I'll say, half the map, bro, without running into somebody. Everybody landing at the same spots, bro, where all the buildings are at, so they can camp on roofs with sniper rifles, camping on stairwells, you know what I'm saying, throughout the building. Like, nobody's really, like, oh no, like, I'm just going to run up and start firing on this team shit on Call of Duty. It's, oh, I'm going to camp and hide and wait for a motherfucker to run past.
Unless they're, like, professional people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's why I like that. And that's the big thing, too. I think, like, in Warzone, the game is kind of dictated by how well the players are and not the guns that they have. And I think Apex is almost completely the opposite. Because I watch Apex streamers, I watch Apex YouTube, and obviously YouTube, like everything that we already talked about, everything on YouTube is pretty fake. Like they're never going to show you the losses; they're just going to show you the wins, right?
Right.
But that's the thing, when they get the big wins and they get the big dubs, like I'm not going to drop any names, but like you have players that are really goated, and then you're kind of sitting there and you're like, damn, he killed him with a P2020. It's not how it works. Like if they even the best player, if they have a P2020 in Apex, they're getting washed and they know it.
Yeah, but even then though, that sort of is kind of dying too, because you even got, you know what I'm saying, some streamers, we watch the same streamers and shit, so we know even they're starting to show their losses and all that stuff just so you can see their full experience in their games, so you can see how messed up skill-based matchmaking is sometimes, how you can see how they deal with hackers too in some of their lobbies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know how they show you how they really have to like stay on their toes when they're in their lobbies. Like, I mean, shoot, I couldn't go in their lobby. That shit hectic, boy. Shoot, but we have had some good matches though.
Do you have anything to add with that, Steven?
No, I think you guys pretty much covered that one. I think it's pretty straightforward.
It's just played out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll probably give it a good. I'll give it a good like. Shoot, I'll probably say like 5 years or so, bro. For battle royales to still be in, and then that shit gonna die off so quick.
I would agree.
So I'll give it another 5 years, and then the next whatever the hell it is gonna come out. Hell, can we drop a battle royale game where we just throwing straight hands? I'll be cool with that. They almost had that too. I'm gonna need them to come out with that because I'll drop them. Boy, battle royale where you just throwing straight hands. I'm cool with that.
I think what we're going to end up actually seeing, one thing I will say about Battle Royale that I think is going to happen is we're going to see some more like Battle Royale experiences that really go a more like quirky route where it's mixed up almost like sports. What is that?
Yep.
I haven't played it, but I could be wrong, but isn't there like one where it's like called Knockout City or something like that?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about before.
Yeah. Like I said, it's dodgeball.
Hey, it's literally dodgeball, but there's no battle royale to it. It's just team-based fighting. Yeah, it's a 3v3, 5v5, and solo. So it's
they dropped 4v4s too.
Yeah. Oh, was it 4v4, not 5v5?
Man.
But there's a very good question, Reaper. I appreciate the question. That helped a lot with that tangent. Let's go ahead and watch number 8, and let's see how this next co-op game is looking.
The Ascent, which is somewhere between a Diablo action RPG and a twin stick shooter along the lines of Enter the Gungeon, that kind of thing. Essentially, the way that the game takes place is you start at the lowest area of an arcology, a cyberpunk city, and you gradually move your way up. Essentially, the story is that a mega corporation called the Ascent Group is apparently collapsing, and you're doing whatever you can to take advantage of the situation. Things are not as they seem. This game's actually gotten a fair amount of play around the office here. It has some major quirks, but it's a game that a lot of love went into. Has beautiful environments, and although there is some jank that could be fixed over time through patching and a little bit of work by the developers, it's also a game that really puts forward a fun version of what it's trying to do. I mean, a twin stick action RPG that doesn't feel like it goes too far in either of those directions while maintaining a lot of the fun stuff from both. We enjoyed it a lot. It came out on July 29th for Microsoft Windows and the Xboxes. And again, there are some quirks, so it's not like a straight recommend, but I would recommend giving it a shot. It's one of those games where if you can get past some of the things, it's genuinely one of the best co-op games of the year. At number 7 is...
I think it's cool to bring back like the twin stick kind of like element, but even if you're gonna if people are already talking about the patches that they need, it's the same thing I have that with Anthem. I feel like I might just die off real quick.
Yeah.
But I like the aspect. I like the fact that there's 4-player. You can do that. It's RPG. I think that's pretty cool. I think it's interesting for sure. You know.
Play that number 7.
Oh yeah, here you go.
Samurai Warriors.
It's kind of a reboot.
That's my shit.
Series. Obviously, Samurai Warriors isn't Dynasty
Oh, yeah,
Warriors,
we
but at the
finna get
same
this
time,
shit.
it's kind of the newest mainline version of the game. And we were all very
My fault.
happy to find out
Hit
that
my
they were
mic.
going back on a lot of the decisions that were made for Samurai Warriors 9, which kind of made it into a bad open world single player MMORPG-like experience where the battles were still good, but they were also
I
not.
think you meant to say Dynasty Warriors 9 too, not Samurai Warriors.
Samurai Warriors 5 goes back to the good formula here. The game simplifies and streamlines some concepts and adds a new hyper attack, which gives you the ability to traverse
That's
a lot
tight.
of land while attacking enemies. In terms of co-op, they don't have couch co-op. You got to play it online, but it's certainly worth the time. It is a much better game than Dynasty Warriors 9. While it certainly doesn't care.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Really quick, I'm gonna keep playing, right?
Uh,
But why are they even trying to sit here and say like instead of it being couch, you have to play it on multiplayer, like online. Obviously, bro, it's 2021.
Right.
Yeah.
What homies like? Okay, I get it. Okay. Quick backstory. I'm gonna make it really short. Mack and I used to we would walk over no matter what, and we would just play the games and shit right before school and all this shit. Whoop de whoop, like just the house down, and we skip class. Sorry, mom, if you listening. Sorry, grandma. we would,
Nah, my mama knew.
No, I know. I just don't want to be airing out no laundry.
Nah, I used to have these games. I used to have these games on deck every single time they came out. I had every single one of them.
When did they come out? Like 2020, like not even 2011, like 2008.
Yeah.
Man,
Like, of course we got couch multiplayers. We didn't have no online shit. Like, he's saying it like it was like a bad connotation or something, you know?
No, I think
Like-
the last Samurai Warriors you could couch play.
Yeah, my thing is that like even if you can, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, who
No.
doesn't have
Yeah.
online anymore?
Yeah.
Like, literally, we just went through a pandemic. Every single person in this world has Wi-Fi.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm like, don't make it sound negative. Yes.
Carry the same kind of extremely large roster as previous titles. The gameplay is probably some of the best that they've offered in the entire Warriors series, and it's clear that they listened to the feedback from Dynasty Warriors 9. That's already out. It is on PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
That's
And
right.
is Valheim, a procedurally generated exploration
one
and
looks cool.
survival game that you can play
I
with
couldn't get into this.
other players.
You
This is
said
an
you couldn't?
incredibly pretty game
couldn't.
that gives you all of the interesting survival options from crafting to building. And in truth, at the stage it's at right now, which is early access, it is a robust offering at only $20. This is a game I've seen lots of groups of people say is great to play, like with a group of friends or as a family, because you get to build a base, ultimately a village, and the way that everything plays out is quite good. It again is up to 10 players, so if you've got a
That's-
circle of
that's
friends that's
crazy.
interested in it, it's not an expensive game, and as long as you're all connected to the internet, you can all play together pretty easily. It's also drop in, drop out. Like for me, it's probably one of the better survival offerings of the year. It works out in a really good way. Again, it's out in early access for PC right now. And number 5 is Monster Hunter Rise, which is the Nintendo Switch version of Monster Hunter more.
Whoa.
It
I've been
builds on
slacking.
the various
Monster Hunter
mechanics
Rise is
of
actually pretty fucking good.
I've been
I
slacking.
know. Oh yeah, yes you have, my boy. But you know, I got you when you ready to hop back on that.
Bro, we just
I
have
got
so
you when
much
you ready to
work
hop back
do.
on that.
We just
Hell
have
yeah.
so much work to do, man. Like, we got
Boy, because I'll tell you right now, when I was in Cali for that week, I was on the grind on that, bud. Let me tell you about
On
it.
Monster Hunter?
Yup. I was on the
Dude.
grind.
So, it's interesting that Monster Hunter Rise was the Monster Hunter that got me back into the series, because I used to play it back in like the PS2 days, where like the first couple, and I didn't really like. I was not a huge fan of it, mainly just because of just there's just so much grinding to do with it, where you go to when you fight these monsters, you have no idea how long they're gonna die
See.
or whatever.
That's
But
the thing.
Monster
I live for
Hunter
games
Rise-
like that.
Monster Hunter Rise, though, like I feel like is a really good balance between giving the player as much freedom as they want to kind of traverse the map while still keeping it to the core experience. So,
Monster Hunter World was like that.
yeah, I played a little bit of that as well. The other one that you were talking about though before that, the one before this, Valheim or whatever.
Valheim.
What do you guys think about that? Like, honestly.
I ain't like it.
I really enjoy Diablo-esque games,
Yeah.
and I'm waiting on Diablo to drop that new shit. So,
Thank you.
But it's kind of why I like it. I didn't know it was going to be up to 10, so that's like new information to me. I like that shit though. I like Diablo fighting. I like when you can get your homies in there, pause, and fucking like really like play that game and like attack. That's why I like Monster Hunter and shit too, because it's kind of that same feel.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I like it. I like that idea. I haven't been able to play it, and honestly, if I have to spend $20, I'm gonna wait for that shit to be like $5. Because
Exactly.
we all know it's gonna be $5.
Valheim?
Right.
Yeah.
Valheim? Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna buy it now, but on some real shit, like I'll buy that shit like when it's $5 or something, or even when it becomes free to play. Because honestly, ultimately, those kind of games do go to free to play.
They, especially the ones that are like survival aspect ones, where they got so many survival mechanics to it. Like, I think I like the concept to it, but I think the survival stuff for me is kind of overplayed a bit. Like, there's just way too many survival games out there, and the thing with them is, like we were talking about earlier, very similar, like the battle royale genre. They're very much the same unless there's some sort of particular type of, quirk or thing about it that stands out. And they're all early access too, so it's like, are they finished? Are they not finished? That's kind of like always been that thing for me. So I'm like you. I'd probably wait for it to either go free to play or on a good sale before I pick it up.
Yeah, that's why I like. So yeah, we're on that same page with that. I like it though. I like the idea of it. So I'm excited to see
But
what
I
happens
love
with them
Monster
more.
Hunter Rise because of the monster, being able to ride the monsters and shit. That is like amazing. It's fucking fun.
I was very unsure about it when it came out, but like me and a group of homies, like including Mack, we went over and did pretty much like a LAN party type of shit with that when it dropped,
Yeah,
and it proved itself to be more fun than what we were maybe expecting it to be.
yeah.
But
Vision Monster Hunter World, but as the name implies, makes it a little bit more vertical in terms of playstyle. You can form a hunting party with up to 4 players. It's not couch co-op, but you can all play it on wireless LAN or just over straight online. If you have a few people with a few Nintendo Switches, it's really a fantastic take on Monster Hunter.
yeah, I just want to point this out. This kind of I don't like when somebody says wireless LAN. It's like
Bro, like, tell me about
Defeating
it.
the whole purpose. Like,
it's like, yeah, it's free. It just costs you $5.
yeah.
It gives you a nice big world to explore, but like I said, it's designed with a little bit more verticality in mind. In order for the verticality to be more than just level design, they've also added the wire bug, which is kind of like the
Yeah,
clutch claw they
that
added
shit's
in
pretty
Monster
tight.
Hunter World Iceborne. It's basically a grappling hook. And again, the way they've designed the world here, it works really well. And it's a lot of fun to have 4 people exploring and
artwork
hunting
is so
monsters.
beautiful,
The
though.
game's been out
Shit.
since March on the Nintendo Switch. It's very much worth the time and money. At number 4 is
I
Far
agree.
Cry 6, the latest in one of Ubisoft's largest franchises. Far Cry
I'm
6
waiting.
is set on a
I am too. They keep playing.
Hell yeah.
where you will be taking part in guerrilla tactics against the dictator Anton.
See, story.
The idea
Story.
Story. That's what I was
Okay.
gonna say.
and it's certainly not Western propaganda against Cuba or anything like that. It does contain one of the most high-profile actors from Breaking Bad,
Hell yeah,
the
it does.
gentleman who plays Gus Fring as the dictator. And in interviews with him, he's taking a very interesting approach to it. They're not portraying him as just an evil dictator, but as somebody who actually does care about his country. Honestly, it looks like a really good take on Far Cry. You're going to be seeing makeshift weapons, vehicles. You're going to be hiring various people to take part in your guerrilla action.
Hell yeah.
They're animal companions with a new system called Fangs for Hire. Far Cry 6 is coming to Windows, the PlayStations, the Xboxes, Amazon Luna, and Google Stadia on October 7th.
Bro,
Number 3 is back for
this gun, this shit's crazy.
The saw blade shit.
Saw
Yeah, that
blade
shit
is
looks
fucking
tight.
funny.
That shit going on the PC off the rail.
Hell
I
yeah.
don't know. I almost want to get it on PlayStation 5 because, I played every Far Cry. Well, I almost got it for okay. I bought Far Cry 5 and like Primal and shit for my PlayStation, but I also had copies on my Xbox because that's literally where I started playing Far Cry's was my Xbox like 360 and shit.
Yeah.
But like now it's like I feel like I'm gonna agree with Mac that I think I'm just gonna take that and put it on my PC because it's such an elevated game now that like I kind of feel like I won't do it justice if I do it on my console. To be honest,
It's Windows, dog. That is Xbox. Boom.
Well, like, speaking of that, what's one of the things
but my
that,
PlayStation 5.
that's another thing too that I've always noticed with some of the Far Cry
PC.
games on the previous gen console is that you're running them at like 30 frames and all that, and it's just compared to PC, bro, playing it at 60 or even 100 frames is like so much more enjoyable then playing it at a lock to 30.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, I'm trying to
yeah,
jump
I
on
probably need to do
good.
PC with the with whatever that Ubisoft thing is, because I've got like that. I had that like
Okay.
Ubisoft Plus thing for a while, and then but yeah, I'm definitely waiting for that one. It'll be fun.
Blood, which is finally essentially a new Left 4 Dead game. It comes to us from the
Yes,
developers.
sir.
Obviously, Valve owns Left 4 Dead.
Yes,
They've
sir.
independently decided, you know what, we need to make another game like this, which
Ugh,
is great
beautiful.
because those are obviously the games that really popularized the co-op
Yeah.
genre that they exist in.
And you can actually customize the weapons.
Actually just making
Mhm.
a full-on new title, even though it's
So are we not going to cancel it after the first topic that we talked about today?
What's
It's
up,
cancel culture. Are we not?
No.
With the topic we talked about today, and the first thing we talked about
No,
with the zombies, you're not going to cancel.
Yeah.
We're not going to cancel that shit. No cancel culture on this game.
this like Left 4 Dead. We're gonna let it slide.
it's not officially Left 4 Dead. It is the next Left 4 Dead game. They announced
Thank you. He just proved my point.
Everybody's just been waiting for it. And although it's not Left 4 Dead 3, I don't really think I consider it something different. It's that. It's going to be great. It's going to be a nice, much
It's still the
better
same
looking
type of game.
version of the same gameplay we've loved for years and years. I can't personally wait for it. That's landing on the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and Microsoft Windows October 12th.
I'm excited.
And number 2 is It Takes Two, an action-adventure platforming game that requires co-op. It is a 2-player game and not a 1-player game. You have to play this cooperative
I don't know why I
multiplayer
find this guy
because the
talking
gameplay
Michael and Trista should play that.
Okay, we've already had people like Reaper in the chat and stuff like that has actually told us that Gamer Girl Tristini and I should play this and get on that co-op shit and stream that.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's really fun. So we've already been requested though, Mac. So it's and you know Michael is not gonna be with the shit, so he gonna give up real quick.
people. You could play it through either online play or locally with another person, so it shouldn't be too hard to find
It
somebody to
Takes
play
Two.
with. But it's really interesting. It is the story of a married couple that are planning on getting a divorce and through magic get trapped in a couple of dolls that are made to resemble them and have to work together to find a way back to their previous life. If that sounds similar but also extremely different from A Way Out, it's because it's from the director of that game and is a really interesting story to be told that incorporates all the mechanics into the story very, very well. This is a game that's been out for a few months. It is worth your time. It's out on the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and Microsoft Windows. And finally, Dying Light 2, Stay Human,
Yes,
is the
sir.
sequel to the original Dying Light. It retains
Yes,
the
sir.
emphasis on parkour. In
Yeah.
fact,
I'll be
enhances
definitely
it
playing
with
this.
tons more animations and intending to make it a lot more
I ain't
fluid.
never played Dying Light, but I do want to play this.
And more importantly,
Oh, it's
will
lit. You
feature
wanna play it? I got the
four-player
disc.
cooperative multiplayer. Now, honestly, this is the type of game that actually does work really well in that way. It is a more exploration-oriented title, and the narrative is supposedly going to be branching in a very interesting way. This is one that's been a long time coming, so the hope is that they deliver on the promise of a quote-unquote narrative sandbox, and I think that it's going to be a
Ooh,
really
is that a drop kick?
Damn,
Oh, boy,
stomp
hold
on his
on.
fucking head, man.
Oh,
Hey,
hold on.
I saw
Viewer
brass
discretion is
knuckles.
advised.
What happened?
Said viewer discretion's advised.
on the promise of a quote-unquote narrative sandbox, and I think that it's going to be a
said,
really
"Bink."
interesting experiment at very least. My hope is that it's even better than the first game. That's coming to the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and Microsoft Windows on December 7th. And a bonus game for you as well, Deathloop, but not
Deathloop.
necessarily
I'm
because
so-
it's specifically a co-op game. It's actually PvP, but you can actually manipulate that to work in a way that invasion mechanic kind of works in Dark Souls. If you decide
sir.
to take the second assassin and actually just help out the first, that functions as co-op, and it's actually pretty interesting because it's an unintended consequence of how the game works. And that's all for today. Leave us a comment, let us know what you think.
No, we're not
Whew,
plugging
thank
in.
God we got done with that.
Yeah. Oh, we.
But yeah, I think those are some good selections of some good multiplayer games.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for most of the co-op games. I'm tired of people not fucking having co-op games either, to be honest.
Well, like the thing that I always like, I'm not like a huge when it comes to multiplayer. I like multiplayer games that have a story to them,
Yeah.
and I feel like we don't get enough of that. Where like, oh, you want to play either a single player, like a great single player campaign, or even a multiplayer campaign that like you can just enjoy, and it's not. Because I don't know about you if you get this feeling, and when you play like certain multiplayer games, whether it be like Apex, Call of Duty, or anything that doesn't necessarily have a story to it, it feels like you're taking away time from any game that you would play on a single player, and you have to like make time for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I always have to like balance between am I gonna play a single player title or if I'm gonna spend time playing a multiplayer title.
I agree. That's a very good point, actually.
I kind of bounce in between.
I just do how I feel at the moment. Sometimes I just, sometimes I get on and I play, Ghost of Tsushima for a little bit, or or Miles Morales, and then sometimes I have my Apex. Which one, Ghost?
Yeah.
Here we're gonna go to this one, and we'll talk about this. And this is his link again, so we'll let him take it. But here we go.
Oh my god. Okay. Fortnite leaked an image to, I guess, a different art style that maybe they're doing in RPG mode. Like the one thing I will definitely say, I think it's funny how they try to prevent data miners from getting access to this stuff, but data miners always find a way around it. But,
yeah, I agree.
But they're always digging up details for Fortnite, spoilers and all that kind of stuff. And apparently there was a label called Saturn Test within the PC game files where they what looked to be surface of a new game mode and would include a revised art style for a cartoonish game. Now, it is worth keeping in mind that the hyperactive Fortnite data miners are reliable. Content discovered from their effort is never guaranteed to be used in game. But basically, if you look down at the picture, you got all these, like, it completely looks different. Like,
oh yeah, no shit. I didn't really see that before.
Like, I don't know what it is. Like, if it's gonna be battle royale content or an entirely new mode. But people are suggesting, I guess, the RPG mode that will be making rounds because of the way that the impairing character classes fit into the genre. I guess there was it's partly because of another leak from the Epic versus Apple court documents, and it reveals that they're working on some sort of open world sandbox. And it's one of those things where I'm like thinking to myself, I don't know if Fortnite. I think Fortnite definitely is one of the ones where they do a good job at incorporating some sort of story to their game. So I don't see why they wouldn't want to do something like this, but at the same time, I don't know if people are asking for it.
I mean, I think starting, like, I had the physical form of Fortnite because I bought it for Save the World, and they had a good start with it, and then when they obviously mass produced the battle royale, I think that really took it to a new height, especially within the battle royale realm as well, creating battle royale pretty much.
Right.
Well, they didn't create it, but what I'm trying to say is they really spotlighted it and it really like accentuated it and just brought it past anything that any other battle royale really brought it to.
Mm-hmm. But I guess they removed this photo from the game entirely, and I don't know if that's like a sign that, that they're hiding something, that they don't want it to come out yet.
See, hold on real quick. I just want to point this out as well, right? Remember what we were talking about last night? This dude has 2 places in this picture where he has his name, and then it comes from this. That's why I'm saying that other shit sound fake. That's just between you and me. That's personal conversation. Because if you want to be if you want, say you brand your own self. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying, like, that's why that shit sounded fake. That's a personal note between Doublepulse and me. But
yeah.
But what do you think about that, Matt? What do you think about an open sandbox or an RPG or something like that? Instead of it being just strictly almost Fortnite battle royale, leave behind, save the world. What do you think about even like with the graphics of this? Like, how does that look to you? What do you think about that weird open world, maybe sandbox idea with Fortnite? Do you think it's like welcoming, or do you think that it's a little too much?
I'd probably say a little bit of both. But freaking, I don't know. I wouldn't shoot. I mean, I couldn't really judge it until I played it. Save the World was pretty dope. Battle Royale has ups and downs, but it's still fun. With like the different modes and all the stuff that they got, like Team Rumble and all that stuff. And what? Shoot, hold on.
What it
Yeah,
sounds
Okay,
like to me.
hold on.
I don't know how to take this.
Okay, let me say what I have to say about this idea and just the look, right? Hear me out.
Yeah.
It really does kind of look of maybe like a Breath of the Wild kind of thing,
Yeah.
where these are your teammate. Like, okay, so like if you played I don't know if you did. I know Mack did. I kind of can't remember the game right now.
Phoenix Uprising?
Correct, thank you. But that's what that kind of looks like to me, like kind of that caricature area, and with like the team
like
behind you
Immortals?
with different. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
it looks kind of like that too, and they might just be adding that to Fortnite. Maybe it'll be like a different page, because I don't know if you guys have already uploaded Fortnite, but there's 3 separate things, and it might just be a 4th tab to select, and you can play something that's kind of like Phoenix Rising,
Yeah.
But it looks cool. I don't know. I kind of like the look of it already.
I do
like
too.
I like that. I like that aesthetic.
Well, like something that and it's funny. I was going to bring something up. What you're mentioning about how it could be a 4th game mode. It kind of reminds me of like how you had like Minecraft. You had the that dungeon Minecraft Dungeons or whatever it is. How it was its own type of. It was an entirely different game, but it was still in the Minecraft universe.
Yeah.
This one, it seems like it's gonna be it looks like an entirely different game or experience in the Fortnite universe, basically.
I would agree.
I'm curious to see where I'm curious to see where it would go from here, like, because there are certain things that I would like Fortnite to do that I don't know if they would, and then this seems kind of like different, but I'm open to it. I'm curious to see where that would go.
But that was. We have one more topic that we're about to get into, and this one seems really weird. Again, this is coming from Doublepulse. It seems really weird, and I'm kind of confused by what the fuck it means. But let's just get into it.
Okay.
U.S. Congress members want to want loot boxes kept away from children.
My God, it's always, bro, always something. Basically, I guess Democrats have signed a letter calling for new laws to shelter children from loot box purchases, citing a UK's privacy code. Now, first off, when I looked at this, I thought it was weird because why are they citing UK's privacy code? What it sounds like to me is that US wants to do something that UK is already doing.
Right. And I agree. I understand the whole point of people saying loot boxes are almost gambling to a point. But it's in-game currency, and I feel like as a parent, now I'm not a parent, so if I get a whole bunch of smoke for that, then I really don't give a fuck. But if you're really not going to manage what the fuck your kids are doing or playing at the same time, I feel like that really has to do with the you thing and not just a fucking outlaw.
I know, I agree. But yeah, there's a Verge report that I guess these senators have wrote a letter about a design code addressing 12 mainstream companies: Activision, Blizzard, Disney, Sony, Microsoft, and Epic Games. Pretty obvious. U.S. Congress loot box are encouraging purchase before the child knows what a bundle contains, akin to gambling. Unlike microtransactions, players are unaware of the contents inside the loot box until they purchase it. It usually takes a couple of purchases to get what you want. Games that let preview possible rewards in the I've noticed that too. Congress believes that the game needs stricter rules beyond entertainment software rating boards. They're looking into they looked into like the addictive aspect of it. Now, I can understand why people get hooked on it, but like this is just not me. I don't understand. I kind of get it, but I kind of don't, because when you look at the whole purpose of gambling, what it is you're looking to get something out of a chance, right? And when I associate with gambling, I think of like going to the fucking casino or playing slots and earning money. But with
Right.
this,
I think it's more tangible. Like gambling is something that is more tangible. Like I
Yeah.
paid this so I can get something out of it. What are you gonna do? Sell your account? Like no kid is selling an account, or they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not doing
right?
micro sales. That's not really gambling per se.
No, that's why I find this one kind of a hard stretch to say it is gambling. Like I understand that there's that chance element to it, but you're still going to get something, you know?
Right. And my thing is that like I understand that maybe they want to make a stricter law against the companies for giving the dumbest bullshit fucking imaginable.
Yeah.
When you get like, okay, like I'ma just fucking say it. How many times have you opened a fucking box in Apex or Overwatch and it was the fucking shittiest thing in the world?
Yeah.
Fortnite. You can't just get loot boxes. Like you can get loot llamas, but that's in Save the World. You can't just do that in fucking
Right.
like.
Yeah.
But how many times have like, dude, I've watched people on fucking stream with Apex buy fucking 500 boxes trying to see if they can get a fucking heirloom, and then all they get throughout the whole thing is just fucking common.
I've been seeing a lot over social media of people who's been playing Apex since year one, fucking season 0 type shit, bro, and just now getting their first heirloom from packs.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I feel like if you do spend a certain amount, like the chances, depending on type of loot box you get, maybe they increase the odds of you getting it. It's just,
but that's also biasness. That's what I'm saying. I think at that point, that's a
thing.
Right. I think that's a thing on the company. I don't think there should be necessarily a law. Like, okay, the fact that it even says, pardon me, U.S. Congress members want to like loot boxes kept away from children. I don't feel like it should be exclusive to children. I just think the companies should stop being kind of shitty with their fucking dumbass third-party microtransaction bullshit.
Microtransactions, yeah. So
right. No. And
it's some bullshit because why haven't they implemented something where you could just buy the heirloom? You know what I'm saying? Or use the in-game currency that they used to have go with the microtransaction currency to get the heirloom. No, they want you to open boxes to get the fucking heirloom shards to get the heirloom for what? You know what I'm saying? I put how much money into this damn game and I gotta wait to get the heirloom? Why can't I just buy it? Why haven't y'all implemented that?
You want to know something that I always find kind of interesting too, just in the whole aspect of gambling as a whole, is when you look at something like when you go to an arcade. Mind you, arcades are more targeted for skill-based games and entertainment. But like when you go into the fucking claw machine at at an arcade, there's no real chance you're gonna even get anything. In a sense,
I would agree.
That's still gambling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the words that they chose on this topic were so fucking like they were just almost like fear mongering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like children are gambling. Like it's really like that shit's been around forever. Like,
right. I mean, you go to an arcade, and granted, I mean the other thing too that I noticed, you go to carnivals and you go to all these other things, and the fact that they want to target, say, loot boxes and all this other. It's like it's where what they want to do is they just want more control over the things that people are spending money on.
I agree, and like I said, maybe if they were skewing it towards how we were talking about, maybe they wanted to actually punish the company itself, for giving the dumbest shit imaginable. Like, oh, here's 100 loot boxes that you spent $100 on, and you get one cool skin that you didn't ask for and everything else is garbage. Like, yeah, I think like you shouldn't be able to do that maybe because that's like really outrageous, you know?
Right.
But
What about
Other than
the,
that, it's just bull. I think it's
what about
all
when
just
you?
bullshit.
What about is it when you buy like Pokemon cards or any sort of cards? In a sense, is there a guarantee that you're gonna get anything from that either?
Right.
Right. So it's like
There's
just like
gambling in all aspects. They just want to market, which is what I'm saying. I actually agree with maybe they should start making companies more accountable for that.
yeah.
At least virtual, like
I
that's what I'm
agree.
saying. Like at least with Call of Duty, like you don't get like pack. Like okay, you did in Black Ops 4, but at the same time, you didn't buy loot boxes to not get something. If you bought loot boxes in Black Ops 4, you were almost like pretty much guaranteed to get like what is that shit called again, Mac? Or
Blueprints.
Battle passes.
Nah, it was like you can unlock something like a prestige token, or like you could get like
Oh,
a brief pack or whatever, or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, and you could just unlock a gun from right there, you know?
Right. Well, it's interesting with Red Dead and Rockstar because Take Two is like they did they put out their recent profit reports of how much they made, and GTA 5 is still making like shit ton of money from microtransactions. And the crazy thing about that completely people oversee is that even though loot boxes are definitely a good money generator, I feel like microtransactions probably still overtop that. You have people who are willing to get virtual goods, and at least though when you play something like GTA, if you spend money on certain aspects, you're at least getting what you paid for the most part.
Yeah.
But I mean, the interesting thing with GTA, believe it or not, is going back to the gambling thing. They have that casino in the online game.
Mm-hmm.
And certain countries actually cannot gamble in the casino in GTA because of gambling laws and all that. So when you go to the casino, you can't do anything in there. It revolves around like the slot machine or whatever. I mean, and I kind of see why, because granted, I don't necessarily think anybody would quote unquote get addicted to it in that sense. But like, you bought, say, I don't know, 100 million in GTA money, right? With that costs about $200-300, and you go to the casino, you have a chance of losing that. So,
I mean, you kind of get that even if you were to buy the fucking private jet and shit, then you sell it later too. I mean, literally, no matter what, you're taking a loss.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No matter what.
Yeah, that's why like
you already gave them your money.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm like, no matter what, you already lost. Now I get like the loot box thing to try to keep them accountable, but like the gambling thing, I'm just kind of like, okay, like it's just it is what it is, bro. Like that's a fucking pastime that comes from like the 1800s and 19. I mean, literally, that's why it's like close but no cigar, because even a fucking adults would gamble on fucking machines, and then if they won, they'd get a cigar out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep,
it's been around forever. Like, and then you have carnivals, like you said, in fucking little like stupid carnival games, and you throw the hoop at the bottles, and then you try to see if it lands. But like, you've had gambling for so long, and if you're gonna start picking on fucking video game shit, it really just seems almost like very personal. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To a very minute amount of people, because a lot of people don't actually play games. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just like the Alien PC being outlawed in California.
Yep.
I just feel like they're really picking on a certain demographic of people.
Exactly.
Like it's pretty much like they're picking on Mack right now, like because he would have a different fucking chair than you or me, just literally just based on the fact that they're like, oh, but it's a different chair. Like, it's not.
Right.
They're all chairs. We all sit on them. I don't understand why the fuck there's a point where it's like, oh, you can't use this chair. But
yes,
that's why I'm saying, like, I think they're just really being fucking annoying and picky about it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But that's pretty much all the segments and subjects we had going on right now. So I feel like that's a great note to end the podcast on. And then if you guys want after this as well, I do not know what Doublepulse is doing, but please shout out Doublepulse. But after this, I will be streaming Dope Rock on all platforms, YouTube, Facebook Gaming. And then you can also, I believe LMAO Mac 27 is going to stream as well. So
see, I will be live, baby. Yeah. Shoot, follow me on all platforms. Y'all already know the deal. Hit that like, subscribe, follow. I don't know what you got. I don't care. Just do it. Shoot, and we'll catch y'all later. See you in the stream if y'all come up. Don't be lame though. That's it.
Doublepulse, you got anything you want to say? You want to shout out
No,
anything?
I'm just gonna be chilling.
Okay, then I'm gonna do it for him. Fuck that shit. Go check out his TikTok. He got GTA Online Stories. That's GTA_online_stories. Check this shit out on TikTok.
Hell
That
yeah,
shit's popping.
check that out. We're gonna get back on the grind. We're also post them on YouTube, on the channel GTA Online Stories. So check it out.
Bro, we went over the story last night. We were brainstorming and stuff, and I couldn't even bring anything to the table. He has that shit so down on lock. That shit is crazy. Y'all really have to stay tuned to that shit. That shit's gonna look dope as fuck. And then shout out to the homies that couldn't make it tonight. Shout out Vade Ultra, Vade Vision, Instagram, Twitter, all that shit, YouTube handles. Check out all that shit. Look at all of our music, Vade Ultra, Dope Rock on Spotify, Apple Music. Shout out the homie J Zodiak. We got another video coming for y'all guys. We're editing it right now, pretty much. Zodiak reviews. Follow all that shit on Instagram, Twitter, everything like that. Offbeat J on Twitter. But yeah, I'm Dope Rock. That's Doublepulse. That's LMAO Mack. And I think we closed it out pretty well, guys. I enjoyed the broadcast. I appreciate the time.
Peace.
Peace.
Later, guys.